As mentioned in the last lecture, throughout this course I will typically provide starting snapshots to you. So if you want to follow along with CodeSandbox, you would simply use the CodeSandbox starting project link and you get a pre-configured React project with which you can get started right away. But of course, you should also know how you can create a brand new project with CodeSandbox. And it is actually super simple. You just have to type react.new in your browser address bar and hit enter. And it will immediately take you to CodeSandbox and open up a new React project for you there. So with that, you then therefore also got an almost instantly available React project in which you can work. Now in this CodeSandbox editor, you'll find the files area here to the left with all your code files. And you can also create new files and folders with help of these buttons here, including nested files and folders if you use these buttons on existing folders. You can install dependencies down there, something you won't have to do initially in the first couple of course sections, but later in the course you will, for example, have to install the React Router DOM package, and when using CodeSandbox you would do this here in this dependencies area by entering the package name and picking it from the dropdown. But again, that's not something you'll need in the first course sections. Then, of course, you got your code editor for the selected file in the middle here, and a live preview of your React application on the right here. So this is your React website based on your React code here running in this right area of the CodeSandbox editor. You can of course resize those windows, and you can also dive into the CodeSandbox settings by clicking on this menu icon here and then going to File, Preferences, and then you have some general code editor settings and some CodeSandbox specific settings. Simply take a look through these settings and make sure you configure them in exactly the way you want to configure things. You will have less options available than in a local setup, but you can tweak quite a lot of things. Now, in addition, when you are on CodeSandbox here, you also might want to consider creating an account, because that will then allow you to run more CodeSandboxes. And that's how you can follow along in your browser without installing anything on your system.